Hello everyone. Let us start with the next paper, that is AIBE 11 of December 2017. Section 154 of IT Act, Rectification of Mistakes. Which of the following is not included in the capital asset under Section 2? So this question might not be relevant anymore, but just for our knowledge, it is A and B both. The language which is to be used in the arbitral proceedings is decided by parties to decide by mutual understanding. The arbitral proceedings shall stand terminated on making of the final reward correct by an order of the arbitral tribunal correct when the parties to the dispute agree to terminate proceedings. All of the above is correct. Every award of a lok adalat is deemed to be a decree of a civil court. The Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996, section 18 to 27 talk about conducting of arbitral proceedings. Iddat under Mohammedan law refers to the question 7, right. Provision of section 80 of CPC is binding upon all of the above. Temporary injunction can be granted ex parte. Right to appeal is a statutory right. The last amendment to the Indian Succession Act was made in the year 2002. Which of the following is correct? There can be a will without a codicil, correct. As per section 63 of the Indian Succession Act, a will should be attested by two or more witnesses. Question 13. Iddat under Mohammedan law refers to none of the above. Under the Christian Marriage Act, the marriage registrar for any district is appointed by state government. The word ombudsman is derived from Swedish administration. Under Section 3 of the Commission of Inquiry Act 1952, an inquiry commission is appointed by the central government of the or state government. Information Technology Act 2000. Government of India passed the Information Technology Act with the objective of all of the above. 19. Right to personal liberty includes all of the above. The Supreme Commander of Defense Force of India is the President. Retirement age of the Supreme Court judges is 65 years. The Criminal Procedure Code is a subject of concurrent list. Bailable and non-bailable offences are defined in Section 2A of CRPC. Under Section 21 of CRPC, Special Executive Magistrate may be appointed by state government. Police may carry out personal search on an arrested person under Section 51 of CRPC. The Special Court is not subordinate to High Court. The the powers under Section 159 of CRPC can be exercised by magistrate when the police decides not to investigate the case. Statement recorded during investigation under Section 161 can be used in a trial for contradicting the witnesses. Power of taking cognizance of offence by a magistrate of first class or second class is provided under Section 190 of CRPC. Additions or alteration of charges is provided in CRPC under Section 216. Which section of Specific Relief Act prohibits filing a case against the government? 6. Section 6. The Patent Act became a law in 1970. Check bouncing cases charged under Section 130 of Negotiable Instruments Act is trailed by Magistrate Court. The provision of establishing Public Service Commission is made under Article 315. The case Krishna Gopal versus State of MP relates to noise and air pollution. What is the punishment for advocates if the established finding of bar council is misappropriation? Impose a fine. Name of the advocate will struck off from the roll. Suspension for practice. सब सही है. On being aggrieved by the order of State Bar Council, one can appeal to Bar Council of India. Which section of Advocate Acts provides punishment for misconduct of advocates? Section 35. Section 24 of the Advocates Act deals with qualification of advocates who should be enrolled in the bar. With under Workmen's Compensation Act, which is helpful in deciding the extent of injury for compensation, medical examination, medical certificate, both. Section 23 of Workmen's Compensation Act 1923 says that the Commissioner shall have the power of a court. The objective of the Industrial Dispute Act of 1947 is all of the above. Section 2Q of the Industrial Dispute Act 1947 provides for the definition of strike. The Land Acquisition Act came into force from 1st March 1894. Under the Land Acquisition Act, the arable land means useful for cultivation. Which one is not a fundamental right? Right to property. In Maneka Gandhi case, it was observed that right to go abroad is within the ambit of 19(1)(a), but the confiscation of passport is not in accordance with the law. Reasonable restrictions can be imposed on the right of free movement in interest of public interest, in the interest of general public or public interest. Then, which of the following can claim Article 19 of the Constitution? Only citizens. Clause 3 of Article 20, Clause 1, Clause I of the Indian Constitution says that no accused person shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. Indira Sahani versus Union of India is popularly known as Mandal Commission case. Due to the outcome of this case, slum dwellers were benefited. ये था Olga Tellis. हाँ, Olga Tellis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation. A PIL can be filed under Article 226 of the Constitution भी सही है, 32 भी सही है, 133 of the CRPC भी सही है, and that is why the answer is A and B both. Supreme Court in SP Gupta versus Union of India decided on judges transfer. Supreme Court in a PIL known as Kamalnath case involved public trust doctrine. Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan. This case is related to sexual harassment at workplace. Court's power to award compensation is provided in the Specific Relief Act under Section 21. Proving handwriting is provided in Indian Evidence Act. Opinion of experts भी सही है. By the evidence of a person who is acquainted by the handwriting भी सही है. Section 26 of the Indian Evidence Act provides no confession made by a person in the police is admissible, right? Confession made by a person in police custody, no. Confession made in the immediate presence of magistrate is तो ये ANC होगा. The term evidence means and includes all of the above. Which is the authority that determines the language of the court other than the High Court within a given state under Section 271 of the CRPC, state government. A decree can be either preliminary or final. Foreign judgment is defined in CPC under Section 2, Clause 6 of CPC. The minimum number of persons required to incorporate a public company is 7. A private company can commence business as soon as it receives certificate of incorporation. Which of the following is not an essential contract of guarantee? Existence of only is not an essential of a contract. Yeah, existence of only one contract. Here, the term agent is defined in Indian Contract Act under Section 182. What is the maximum number of partners in banking business? 10. A person who gives guarantee is known as surety, which is not a right of an unpaid sailor against the good to a certain price. Sections 36 to 42 of the Specific Relief Act provides for injunctions. Which of the following is not in the civil nature? Right to caste and religion. So basically, civil nature का नहीं है ये. In a suit where the doctrine of res judicata applies, the suit is liable to be dismissed. Under Section 16 CPC, a suit relating to immovable property can be filed in a court whose local jurisdiction is where the property is situated. Pleading means plain or written statement. On failure to file a written statement under Order 8, Rule 10 of CPC, the court may pass any order for striking of decree, may pronounce a judgment, and any of the above. What is meant by homicide? Killing of a human being by another human being. Adulteration of food or drink is punishable offense under Section 272, 273 of IPC. Maximum punishment for waging war against the government of India under the IPC is death sentence. Offense relating to elections are introduced in IPC by a subsequent amendment. Rupa Bajaj versus KPS Mill is a famous case of Supreme Court wherein it decided on the outrage of modesty of a woman. Under the Hindu Adoptions and Maintenance Act, the person who is taken in adoption must be a Hindu only. Polygamy was permitted for Hindus before the year 1955. Mohan gets married to his sister's daughter Kriti. The marriage is valid if the custom allows it. Within the purview of Water Act, the meaning of stream is defined as includes a river, watercourse, and subterranean river. Section 21Z of the Trademark Act 1999 defines the meaning of trademark. Outraging the modesty of a woman is punishable under IPC Section 354. Section 463 of the IPC deals with the crime of forgery. Criminal intimidation is explained in IPC under Section 506 to 503 to 506. Under 59 to 60 of the Indian Evidence Acts, oral statement means all statements made before the court by the witness. Under the Evidence Act, court includes all of the above. Sorry, A and B. Arbitrators नहीं है, तो all judges and all magistrates. Admissibility of contents of electronic records may be proved in accordance with the provisions of under Section 65B of the Indian Evidence Act, which is not a public record as per the provisions of the Indian Evidence Act. Documents and correspondence from advocate and notary offices not public document. Section 67 of the Motor Vehicle Act 1988 provides for state government's power to control the road transport. The term tort is a French word. Tortum is a Latin word. In tort, what is vicarious liability? A person is liable for the wrongful act done by the other person. Under Section 1F of the Consumer Protection Act 1986, defect is meant by any fault, imperfection, or shortcomings in dash of this thing. The potency be a purity or standard be a quality and quantity be a silly, all of the above. Which of the following categories fall under the act of God? Storm, hail, extraordinary rainfall, lightning, sub, all of the above. Income Tax Act was enacted in the year 1961. Income is defined under Section 24 of the Income Tax Act as all of the above.